And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here we are back with this franchise here, our coaching at Carousel Dynasty and NCAA 25. And Coach Johnson here is going to be playing and coaching in his first 2 games in his career here as an offensive coordinator at the UConn Huskies. And in his career opener, he's going to be taking on a pretty tough team here in the Maryland Terrapins. Maryland is a little bit better than us. They're at 81 overall, and they are, I think, a 3.5-star program there, as you saw. So, you know, this team is not going to be a pushover. This team should present UConn with a bit of a challenge to start off the year, and they have some good defensive players here on this team. Their best player on their roster right now is Ruben Hippolyte, the second. And you see his stats right there. He's got some good mentals and physicals as well. He's their best player, and he's definitely a guy in the backfield that we're gonna have to keep our minds on and make sure, you know, we still remember that he's out there as actually a middle linebacker. So he's a big player for them. And then you have Roman Hemby, who's their halfback. No, we won't have to really worry about him, then we won't really see him play in this game, but he is their running back. And he is a, 85 overall running back, so that is somebody that our defense is going to have to contend with here in this football game today. And then a senior free safety at 84 overall here, Dante Trader Jr. He's a big free safety for them, and again, their safeties and their defense, some of their defensive stars are pretty good. They have quite a few guys here. A lot of their roster is over 80 overall. We only have, a few guys on our roster that are over 80 overall. I got quickness there, 92. And then a junior corner in Jalen Husky. He's a senior. He's somebody to watch out for, could have an impact on the game. Defensive tackle is Phillips there, senior wide receiver, and then a couple of right ends. So that's a little bit of a look at some of the defensive players for Maryland that might make a big impact in this football game here. As you can see, they are better than us overall, only by a couple, but I feel like the difference in overalls in this game, the difference between us and another team, a team in the top 25, it might not be a lot ratings-wise, but, they're still going to be a lot better than us. So Nick Evers here is our quarterback. He's a sophomore, and he's taking the field here for the first time in this season, and the offense in general is taking the field for the first time this season here. And here we go. The first play of the year is going to be Evers dropping back to pass, and he's hit as he was trying to get that ball out, as the pass rush for Maryland getting in already immediately, making an impact. And now on second down, it's a give right up the middle, but nobody really, not a lot of yards there. I believe that was Ruben Hippolyte there getting the tackle for Maryland. Now there's a pass on third down and 7. That's a big play. That's a toss out to Brett Buckham there, the wide receiver on the in route. And that's a new set of downs. First down and 10. Second and 8. Now it's a give. That's Cam Edwards running out to the outside. And Cam Edwards has got a lot of green there and a first down. That was a big carry. And UConn here putting together a drive in the beginning of this game, as there's a give to Victor Rosa right up the middle. Victor Rosa's got a lay in there, and he takes it all the way up to the 25-yard line on that carry. So a good couple of runs in a row. We're back-to-back here, and UConn is on the move to begin their season here, their first drive of the year. Play action for Evers. He's going to step back and throw it over the middle. That pass was a little bit dangerous there. Nearly intercepted. Now it's a second down and 10. Evers dropping back. Evers trying to scramble up in the pocket, and he's going to get taken down. That's a sack. Tony Ikenbusode. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly exactly, but now it's a third down and 12. Trying to go for a wide receiver screen here. and that's not going to be enough for the first down. They try to get that out to Josiah Gatherings on that play, and he gets a good amount of yards, but not enough for the first down. So UConn here settling for a field goal, and they will get on the board to start the night. And so how, again, we're going to play this is we're only going to play offense here in these games, and so we're going to let the CPU kind of play out on the defensive side. I'm going to super sim the defensive possessions that Maryland has, and they go 3 and out to begin the game. So there's a give to Cam Edwards here on first down and 10 on the next possession for UConn, and he takes it a long way there, all the way down near the 30-yard line on a give pretty much right up the middle. Now it's a give to Rosa up the middle, and Rosa is going to go ahead for a first down as he picks up a gain of about 9 or 10 there on that play. Now it's a first down and 10 from the 18. Another give to Edwards. Edwards avoiding some rush up there by Maryland. They called some good defense there, but he cuts it inside, and already 69 yards on the ground for UConn in this first quarter. As there's a toss. That is caught. That's Josiah Gatherings getting his second catch of the day, and that was a good grab there, facing, he got hit right after he makes that grab. So now it's from the 7. Now it's a give to Edwards, and not a lot of room there for Cam Edwards as he only gets a couple. And a big play here. Wanted to score as it's 3rd down and goal. And it's a toss play out to Cam Edwards, and Cam Edwards is not going to find any room there. He's going to be taken down behind the line, a loss of a couple of yards. And so now UConn looking to kick another field goal here. And let's see, this kick, it is not going to be good. He doesn't get it over to the right enough, and so that's a miss there on the field goal. Man, and again, I need to move that stick over. The power was good on that play, but now that's a missed opportunity. Our defense comes through again and does a great job against another stop, but there's a great pass out. That was Victor Rosa there in the receiving game, making a 13-yard reception. So again, UConn, the defense came through. The UConn Huskies getting the ball with pretty good field position to start off this drive again. And there's another give to Victor Rosa there up the middle. He's got 4 carries, 39 yards on the ground already. And now here on first down and 10, that's a pass to the outside. Good completion there. Number 14, that's the tight end, Nick Harris there, making that play near the sideline. So now first down and 10 from the 10-yard line. That's a give. Victor Rosa up the middle. And he is going to go untouched into the end zone. First touchdown of the season is a run up the middle by the halfback Victor Rosa. And UConn has taken a 9-0 lead. Rosa, a junior, so a guy that we should have for another year after this one, but that was a great carry, great blocking there up the middle. And so the offense in the first quarter here, as Nick Evers is escaping here, he's scrambling, and he fumbles it though. Oh, it's picked up by the Huskies though, apparently, so they will retain possession. But Maryland's offense has done really nothing so far. Another possession here for the UConn Huskies, as we missed a field goal early on, but so far the offense for UConn in this game has been fairly effective, as that's a pass over the middle. That one is going to be caught. That was Cam Edwards out. No, that was number 6. That's our best receiver actually on this roster, TJ Sheffield, one of our better players on the team, making his first catch of the year. That was a screen pass attempt right there, but it doesn't go for anything, and it falls incomplete. That's another quarterback. That's your backup quarterback. We're bringing him in for a couple plays here, and he's going to throw it in. Interception. That is a pick over the middle, and caught by number 22. That's Jalen Husky there, making a play on the football and picking it off. Well, we wanted to bring in the backup quarterback here for a couple of plays. We wanted to, the injury risk to Nick Evers was high, and so wanted to take him out of the game. And unfortunately here, a good play on by the defender, by Jalen Husky, on that football. Maryland's got the ball here and a chance to do something with it, but there's an interception for us. UConn takes the ball back as Malcolm Bell, a corner, gets a pick. So again, defense coming through after a bad play, and then the next play, or not the next play, but the next possession over. That's Nick Evers back in the football game, and Nick Evers is going to throw another interception. That's Lionel Whitaker there making a play on the football for Maryland. And, I mean, turnovers rearing their ugly head here in this second quarter. 2 drives and 2 picks in a row here, as that was a good play there on a defense by number 17. But no need to go for a deep shot like that. Now Maryland's got a short field, and they will get 3 points off of it. So at least they don't score a touchdown off of that. And UConn is still out in front. They still have the lead in this game. That's a pass to Victor Rosa. It's his second reception of the football game here. Now it's 3rd down and 2. And there's a give up the middle, and that is going to be a first down for Cam Edwards. Not a lot on the ground with that carry, but he does get a first. 51 yards on the ground so far for Edwards. New set of downs for UConn. It's a give to Rosa. Rosa's got a lot of space here, running into the outside. Rosa cuts through a couple of defenders and gets a big gain right there. 70 yards now on the ground for him after that carry. He's across midfield, and scrambling now is Evers. He's gonna have some room, it looks like. Wow, he went all the way around it. Nick Evers is all the way down inside of the 20-yard line. What a run by Nick Evers there in the backfield, looking like nothing was going to work on that. And he does end up finding a way, he works his way all the way back around the protection there and does make a play. Josiah Gatherings now making a catch on the sideline, but actually they take that back. It is not a completion apparently, so UConn here, 2nd down and 10. It's a screen pass to Edwards here, and Cam Edwards is going to be right near the first down marker. He's going to get a gain of 9 on that completion there. Now it's a 3rd down and 1. A big 3rd down play here early in this quarter, and it's a give to Edwards, and he does, in fact, get the first down. He gets enough, apparently. That was a close play there. Now it's a 3rd down and goal, and Evers is dropping back to pass. Evers is going to fire it over the middle. It is complete and caught, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. That's Skylar Bell making his first catch of the season. On a 4th and goal from the 1, we're going to go for this one, and we're not going to get it. Wow, Maryland's defense stands up to the quarterback sneak. We're trying to bring it in with Nick Evers, but doesn't get it. And now, I mean, I don't know what happened exactly on the defensive side. I think it was a turnover by Maryland, forced by UConn. We have the football right back inside of the 20-yard line immediately. So, again, our defense has been playing lights out so far in this football game, and UConn doesn't have to go very far on this possession. 3rd down and 3 here. That's a pass that is caught, and that's Darrell Robinson, the freshman halfback, there out on the field as a receiver that time, making the catch and going in for the score. UConn gets in the end zone right before halftime here with a minute left in the second quarter. And it's now 16-3. So Darrell Robinson here, he's a halfback. He's a 72 overall. And he's going on in the field as a receiver on that play. And he makes a grab and gets into the end zone. I'd like to see that. Want to see him as a freshman player get involved in the offense. And hopefully, he can develop very well if we can do that for him this season. The guys will get more boost if they actually get better playing time. And we're in the second half now as we're kind of going ahead a little further. Maryland does get a field goal. That's a sack right there on 1st down. So now it's a 2nd and 18. Victor Rosa is going to take the screen pass. And Victor Rosa is going to get that yardage back and a little bit more. He's actually going to make it a 3rd and not so bad. A 3rd down and 7 here from about midfield. UConn's been very good on 3rd down so far in this game. And that's a pass. That is going to be caught. Good catch there in traffic for our tight end, Josiah Gatherings. Or no, that was our tight end, Nick Harris. So it's a new set of downs, and there's a toss. That's going to be caught, and oh, TJ Sheffield might have had more yards there if he doesn't step out of bounds. But he does get a first down regardless. And once again, UConn on the move here. Third down, and that one is knocked away, and it will fall incomplete. So we're going to go for a field goal here on a 4th down and 5. As this one, I'm not sure how long this is. It's from the 30-yard line, and this kick is not going to be good. Too much power on that, but there is a flag, and Maryland's actually going to bail us out big time with a roughing the kicker penalty. Man, running into our kicker there on the field goal try, and just for reference, I did turn that penalty off from now on, and that penalty is not going to be a factor in any of the games, and I did that for the FIU Dynasty as well, so that penalty will not be called going forward in either one of our franchises that we have, as that ball was caught there. That was a good catch by, I believe that was a good catch by Beckham, but I actually paused it here. That was where my recording ran out, and I went to press play on another recording, but I actually forgot to record the second half of this football game, unfortunately. So that's where my recording of this game ends, and you don't get to see a lot of the second half. I mean, that's really unfortunate. Not a lot happened in the third quarter, but the fourth quarter we got 21 points. In that fourth quarter, we kind of demolished them. We did have another turnover that Maryland had in that fourth quarter that kind of allowed that, but yeah, that's unfortunate. I didn't want to do that. I mean, it wasn't like it was a super close game at the end or anything. Maryland does score a couple times to make it a bit closer, but not a lot happened after, in that recording. So that is my bad. I obviously don't want that to happen again. But this is the play after we had that completion that ended the recording, and it was a give here to Cam Edwards, and so this is a give up the middle, and that was Cam Edwards getting in the end zone. He scores there with that touchdown. That made it 24-6, and at that point we pretty much had this game in hand. I mean, the offense played pretty well in this game, but really the defense has to get a shout out because the defense played really, really well in this football game. I mean, they were just kind of insane in this one. And you see there, Maryland does go on a touchdown drive after that touchdown. And then we get the ball back, and we're going down the field to pass to Buckham. TJ Sheffield making another good catch right here on this play, 19 yards. And this was play action by Nick Evers here. And a drop back here, you look at this play. Yeah, over the middle. Has a step on the defender. Good catch here by Sheffield, and then he takes it up the field here inside of the 40 and at the 35-yard line. So that was a big pass play, one of our bigger pass plays of the game. And then a pass by Brett Buckham. This was a 20-yard reception by Brett Buckham. We were inside of the 30-yard line here, and this play was huge as Evers is dropping back here in the pocket, and he goes long here. Look at this pass. And it wasn't a great pass. It was actually a good catch by Buckham as the throw was a little bit behind him here, avoiding the referee there, and that was almost a touchdown. I would have probably maybe preferred it to be a touchdown so that we could have got Brett Buckham a receiving touchdown. But then if we give it to him, this is like a wide receiver. This is like a jet sweep play right here, and it was a jet sweep out to Skylar Bell. That was only his second catch of the game, I believe, but that was a touchdown for Skylar Bell as he got in with the jet sweep. So that made it a 31-13 game at that point, I believe. And yeah, that play basically sealed it. As we see a turnover on downs by Maryland there as they were trying to go for it on fourth down. And we get the ball in plus territory. We get the ball in really good field position immediately. And this is an amazing catch by Nick Harris. And we saw him make some really good catches in the practice. And we saw him making some good catches in traffic. I think that's one of his better statistics that he does is just plays in traffic. He makes catches like that. And this was a running touchdown by Cam Edwards. He had a good stiff arm to just make sure that he gets in the end zone. That was his second touchdown of the game. on the ground. And then you look at what happens here the rest of the way. And yeah, again, trying to go for it on 4th down and 10, and they don't get it. So we got the football back again. We don't do anything with it on that possession. There's a 23-yard reception, and then there's a touchdown by Maryland. And they tried to go for an onside kick. They didn't get it there. We got the football back at the 35, an 8-yard run, and then a 27-yard run here. This is, not a... I mean, I wasn't really trying to get a touchdown here. We were just trying to run the clock down at this point in the game. But this is a 27-yard touchdown run by Cam Edwards here. Look at this blocking. I mean, the blocking was just perfect on this play on the outside. A good block by the receiver there on the downfield. And Cam Edwards, 3 touchdowns on the ground for him in this game. And we just ran the ball really effectively the entire night against Maryland here. Not a lot of resistance. Victor Rosa had a good football game. He got injured in the second half. He will be coming back. It's not a long-term injury or anything. He just had to be taken out of the game. But he ran the football pretty well as well in this one. And then he had an interception as well at the very end of the game by Isaiah Davis. So, overall, pretty much dominant performance for UConn in this game. 461 yards of total offense and over 220 yards on the ground with 4 touchdowns. I mean, we run the football like that. We don't need Nick Evers to do a lot, and we're going to be winning a lot of games if we can run the football like that. That is a great day on the ground. Maryland had 125 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. But, yeah, I mean, 38 carries, and we just absolutely killed it with running the football. 5.9 average yards per run. That's pretty crazy there. And, 36 passes, only 25 completions for Nick Evers and 2 touchdowns. 238 passing yards. Not a lot, but, again, Nick Evers didn't need to throw a lot of passing yards in this game. 264 from Maryland. That's the only stat that they were better than us at. We were 50% on 3rd down, 7 for 14. I'll take that for sure. Maryland 7 for 18. They were 0 for 3 on 4th down. We were 0 for 1. We were only 62% in terms of the red zone here. Both teams had 2 turnovers. Both teams had 2 interceptions, so nobody won a turnover battle, and we won time of possession just slightly, but 570 total yards. Not actually a lot more total yards than Maryland when it was all said and done, but yeah, we were pretty dominant, and really up until the 4th quarter, Maryland's offense just couldn't do anything. So you see Nick Evers here, and what he did in this football game, 24 of 34, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 240 yards passing. And yeah, he played pretty well. Overall, had a good performance, and I like to see that. We did bring in our backup quarterback for a couple of plays, and yeah, Joe Fagnano did not do very well. He only had 1 completion. That was a negative play, and then threw an interception. So yeah, that's not going to give you a lot of confidence early on in the season like that. But Cam Edwards has a lot of confidence after this day on the ground. 23 carries, 124 rushing yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's a big day for him on the ground. And Victor Rosa, 10 carries, 70 yards, and a rushing score. So yeah, both of those guys had a great day on the ground. Nick Evers had 5 carries for 29 yards. Got sacked, I think, 3 times total. And he had heavy 18 carries for 78 yards. So, 2 touchdowns for Colby McDonald. And yeah, the running game for Maryland wasn't too terrible, honestly. But for us, it was just way better. Yeah, Brett Buckham had the most catches on the day, 6 for 71. He had the most yards as well, too. Nobody had a big day receiving. I mean, nobody had a ton of yards in this game. Nobody had over 100 yards receiving today. Sheffield had 4 catches for 51 yards. Victor Rosa, 3 for 32. Josiah Gatherings, 3 for 17. Nick Harris had 3 catches, 36 yards. Skylar Bell, 2 catches, only 5 yards, but does get a touchdown. Then Dale Robinson had another touchdown receiving, only reception of the game. He had a 90-yard reception, or 90 yards on the through the air for one of those Maryland receivers there. I believe only 2 sacks for Maryland all day on this game. So we really, I mean, we did well. I mean, pass protection was pretty good as well in this game. And you see our top tacklers here on defense. You know, all of them free safeties and corners. Our first, you know, linebacker to be in that conversation is that guy. I'm not even going to really pronounce that last name. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. But Isaiah Davis and Malcolm Bell on the defense for us got forced turnovers and got interceptions in this one. And, you know, that was definitely part of it. I mean, those interceptions were pretty big for us. And Chris Freeman kicking the ball today. Yeah, he was 1 of 2 kicking this game. He made all of his extra points, but he did miss a fairly short field goal early on in this game. And we only punted once in this football game. Connor Stoltz only had to punt 1 time, and that's kind of good because he's only 64 overall. But Skylar Bell had 1 punt return, and there's the return stats. And Cam Edwards does in fact get FBS Independent Player of the Week on offense for his game performance. I mean, 23 carries, 124 yards, and 3 scores. I would say that's a really good day for him. So, Player of the Week there. And that's good to see. As we go into recruiting here, and just kind of an update, we don't have any commitments yet, but we have 32 players on our board. And, you know, we have Jamison Ware. He's a 3-star left tackle. We're first for him with Army up there for him. Nolan Cleveland is a 3-star athlete. We've offered him a scholarship. I don't have any points on him right now, but I might give points to him later on here. We have 145 points to spare. Jake Brzezinski, we are close to a commitment on him, honestly. He's got max interest on us. We have a contract. We have a scholarship to him. You know, mostly a lot of 2 stars, but some 3 stars are trying to go after here in this recruiting cycle. And you look at position, you've got Kerry Woods and that other quarterback there. You know, free safety here. We're gonna schedule a visit actually for Nate Woods. He's a 3-star right end and a gem from New Jersey. So I want to get him for sure. And we're looking to schedule, what do we want to schedule here? San Diego State or JMU. I think that would be both good weeks for a visit. And they both give us the same amount of win, same amount of, you know, the same amount of score for a win or a loss. And so we're going to schedule him for week 10 against JMU here. And, you know, we don't know a lot about what he really is interested in. And, you know, what we do know is Coach Prestige, which is only a C-, but that is what we're going to schedule a visit for him for. And then this 2-star free safety, Brian McElmurray. Yeah, I think that's how you say that last name. We're going to schedule a visit for him as well right here. And we're going to schedule a visit, I believe, for week 10 as well for him here against JMU. We are second right now for him in that recruiting battle. We're actually going to schedule him for week 9. And let's see, we know he likes the academic prestige and the proximity to home. They're fairly decent in terms of those scores. And so we're going to schedule him for oh gosh, I didn't see what we actually put him there as, you know, scheduling for, but we are going to schedule a visit as well. We're going to put points at least on Davin and Devlin here, a 2-star gem right outside linebacker. And then Mitch Drogi here, a wide receiver, 3-star from New Jersey. We're going to put points on him as well. We're just going to put 5 points on to him. So that's what we're doing in the recruiting there. And obviously, as the season goes along, we'll give you much more updates and much more recruiting updates for you as the season goes on. There's not a lot to really talk about with recruiting right now. But here after that opening week victory over Maryland, we are going to have one more game here. This is kind of how I want to do it. I want to play 2 games per episode and per video. I think that's going to allow us to get through seasons faster. But also, at least for right now, unless we're not playing the full games, so we can play offense and we can do that fairly quickly. And, you know, we can do 2 of those types of games in one episode. So that's kind of how the format is going to be. And UConn here against FCS East, you know, the first possession didn't go our way. It was actually a 3-and-out to start the game. So we punted back to them. And they're actually going to get the football in fairly good field position, but they don't do anything with it. Our defense forces a 3-and-out with them. So that's a give up the middle. That's Darrell Robinson getting a gain of 5 on that first down play. And now it's another 3rd down already. Evers dropping back to pass. This is his first pass attempt of the game, and that is going to be complete right there. Good pass over the middle for a 10-yard catch. Actually, it was his second reception, his second completion of the day. But now it's first down, a new set of downs here. And dropping back to pass on first down is Evers. He's going to go over the middle, and he's going to have Josiah Gatherings who makes that catch. And I don't know why. Okay, that's actually us. That's an injury timeout for us. FCS East, as we give it, it's a give to Rosa. Rosa's got a lot of space. Rosa cuts back inside and evades the tacklers and is down near the 35-yard line. That was a 20-yard carry by Victor Rosa. Great run play right there. New set of downs, 1st and 10. And I noticed this for the FCS schools. They have, like, everybody gets injured for them. And whenever I play an FCS school, there's injuries on, like, every single play. I don't know why that is. I thought that was kind of fixed in an update by the game, but it still is happening quite often here. As trying to go over the middle on 2nd down and 10, and that was nearly an interception thrown by Evers. Not a good pass there. Throwing it in traffic. Now it's a 3rd down and 10. It's going to be a screen pass. Victor Rosa's got the first down. Rosa cuts back inside down near the 5-yard line. Good play call on 3rd down near the goal line and almost gets into the end zone. A good move right there by Victor Rosa. Now it's a 1st and goal here from the 5. Play action here, and it's going to... Evers trying to go outside of the pocket, and he gets sacked. Nick Evers doesn't need to do that. I always find myself scrambling outside of the pocket like that on a play action pass, but he doesn't need to do that. And if he stayed in the pocket, he probably would have been able to make a completion there. That's a pass over the middle. That's Victor Rosa with his 2nd reception already here. But it is 4th and goal from the 5-yard line, and we are going to go and try a field goal here, as this field goal kick is up, and it is going to be good. So, for a 2nd straight week, this is the 2nd drive of the game for UConn, but they drive down really close to the end zone, and then their drive stalls out, and they have to kick 3 points. But a 5-minute drive, 13 plays, 76 yards, and we do, in fact, get points right there. So, we are going into Super Sim here. Our defense so far has played well. The FCS East is going to get the football again here. And 3rd and 7, an 18-yard reception there. They're kind of driving right now, actually. Another 3rd down and a 41-yard touchdown for Skeens there for FCS East. So they actually do score and get in the end zone here. And now we are trailing 7-3. That's a good catch by TJ Sheffield there. His 2nd catch of the day. And this might be the final play of this first quarter here, as they go up to the line with about 10 seconds left. And let's see if they're going to snap the football at all here, and it doesn't look like they will. No, they will on here. And the final play of the first quarter, that's a pass to the outside, and that's a good catch by... That's a good grab right there by Josiah Gatherings on the outside. So that's the catch there, and that's the end of the first quarter. And right now, both teams very, very actually even. Exactly the same amount of passing yards. We have slightly more rushing yards. So a pretty even game to start this one right now. 2nd down and 10 is a give to Rosa. And an outside carry, and Rosa's got a lot of space. Rosa goes around the defender. Rosa inside of the 20-yard line. Victor Rosa all the way down near the 15. What a run on 2nd and short for Victor Rosa. A big, big play right here. 40-yard carry right there on the ground. And a great time, great play call there. Great blocking on that outside run. Biggest play of the game so far in 2nd down and 12. Now it's a toss play to the outside. There's a lane for Darrell Robinson, and he's going to get near the 1st down marker. Already his 4th carry of the game here. We're getting him more involved in the offense. Now it's a 3rd down and 2 from the 8. It's a give to him. Right up the middle. He is going to go in almost untouched. Darrell Robinson the freshman, with the receiving touchdown against Maryland. Now he goes in the end zone on the ground with a rushing score. And this freshman is making plays already this season for UConn. And, man, he's putting together a good start to the season here. I mean, that was an easy touchdown, running right up the middle. The blocking there was impeccable for UConn. So they score. They're now up 10-7. And UConn here, they were running the ball all over Maryland. They're running the ball all over FCS East right now. The ground game has been super effective for them in this one. Evers is back to pass here, slant play, and he actually is going to make this throw to the outside. Great catch there. That's Josiah Gatherings. We know that's TJ Sheffield there, making a really big completion all the way out across the 40. So now play action for Evers here. He's going to try and go deep, and he's throwing it into triple coverage, and that is going to be intercepted. And that's picked off. Number 29, that is Kevin Goodley there, making a play on the football, and Nick Evers throws his second pick of the season. You know, he actually ended up kind of looking a little bit open there at first, but by the time that ball got to the receiver there, I mean, there was just nothing to do, as the field goal was actually blocked by our defense. So FCS does not score off of that turnover. But yeah, I mean, you can't force that ball there. And now in first and 10, we're looking to try and go deep on this play here, and they're going to get in there for a sack. Charles Seaford there getting a sack, and now it's a second down and 20. So a long way to go here. It's going to be a screen play, and a good play here. I mean, getting right back to the original line of scrimmage right there is Cam Edwards. So it's a third down and 10. Third down and pretty long here, as Evers is back to pass. Evers looking over the middle. He's going to find his man. That is caught. Josiah Gatherings making a good catch there over the middle, and another third down. A third down conversion there. Pass over the middle to Gatherings again, and Josiah Gatherings is near the first down marker. He's got his fourth catch of the day, and it's now third down and 1. So third down and short here from the 37-yard line, from the 37-yard line, and he's actually not going to get it. Trying to go back up the middle here, and FCS East defense standing strong. They do not convert, and so it's going to be a fourth down and 1, and UConn is going to go for it here, and they do in fact get it. Power running up the middle with Cam Edwards, and that's a completion. Now it's a first down and 17, and it's a draw play, and it's actually a good carry by Victor Rosa. He gets down and back across the original line of scrimmage. So now it's a third down and 5. Third down and manageable. That's what we want to see from this offense. That's a pass out to Victor Rosa. He's got space, breaks a tackle, and he is down inside near the 15-yard line. A new set of downs. First down and 10. Now it's a second down and 10 here. Play action. Evers is back to pass. Evers finds the tight end. That's a strike to Nick Harris, nearly in the end zone. He is going to be just short of the end zone, though. And now it's a first and goal from the 2. So a big-time reception there. And now it's first down and goal. As a man in motion here. And play action as nothing doing. There's nobody open on this play. And, man, Nick Evers dropping way back in the pocket. And he gets hit and taken down for another sack. The third sack of the game for FCS already. And now it's a third down and goal, pretty long here, as over the middle. Now scrambling is Evers, and Nick Evers is going to take it in himself, untouched for a touchdown. First rushing score of the season for Nick Evers here, and UConn is going to go up 2 scores with that touchdown. Big touchdown, a big third down conversion, a big drive for UConn here. And, you know, he had some receivers. There was receivers wide open, but this is a perfect time to scramble up the middle right when the pressure was about to get to him. He takes off, and he scores. So now Nick Evers is scrambling again. And, you know, Evers is, technically he's a field general quarterback, so he's not super mobile. That's not really the strength of his game, but man, he can, in fact, go outside the pocket when he wants to here, as he's back to pass on this one, and that was right to the defender. Probably should have been an interception there, as we're up by 10 here. The defense, again, playing really well. There's less than a minute and a half left here in this first half. UConn trying to add on to their lead. 2nd down and 10 here, trying to throw to a deep ball. That is caught! Great catch there. An open receiver over the middle, and a great catch there. So now it's a 1st down and 10 from inside of the 30-yard line. Nearing a minute left to go here, and looking for some audibles on the line of scrimmage here. And they're going to actually run the ball here on 1st down and 10. And Nick Evers, or Cam Edwards, is going to have space, and Edwards is going to go all the way into the end zone, untouched. And the O-line creating a massive lane for him, and he scores a 29-yard touchdown run. Edwards' 4th touchdown of the season on the ground, and UConn is going to make it a 23-7 football game now. Wow, great blocking right there. Number 75 on the O-line had a great block, and I don't think FCS East was expecting us to run the football there. Wow, it's now 24-7 here on 2nd down and 10. And Victor Rosa out of the backfield. He's got the catch. He's got nothing but green grass in front of him. And FCS can't catch up. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Oh, man. Victor Rosa out of the backfield making a huge play. And this game, now immediately in this 3rd quarter, UConn stretching the lead again. And they are now dominating in this one. What a play. Here, they were going deep on this one, a verticals play, and Victor Rosa, nobody picks him up on the defense for FCS out of the backfield, and he catches this football, points at the defense, and says, "You're not going to catch me. I'm going to go all the way into the end zone." Wow, what a big play. 67-yard touchdown strike for the offense. And, you know, going down the field right now is FCS. They're 4th and 4, and they actually do convert on that 4th down. They're now at the 12-yard line. And, I mean, if they want to have any chance at winning this game, they got to score 4th and inches from the 7. And they go for the 4th and inches, and they get a touchdown. And they actually go for 2 there. In fact, I'm not sure why they went for 2 exactly, but they went for 2. They got it. So now it's a 15-31 football game here. And it's a play-action screen pass, and Brett Buckham, we haven't said his name yet today, as he actually has a good catch there and a good gain. That was a good screen pass play right there, as with that catch, you know, down near the 1st down marker. 2 touchdowns for Evers on the ground and 1 scrambling, as he's going to throw it. That's a slant play, and he throws it right to the defender there. That's Brevin Daniels-Waters for FCS, and that's the 2nd interception thrown by Evers in this game. And yeah, I'm just not throwing screenplay or slant patterns very well in this game. I'm going to probably try to not throw any more slant plays going forward, you know, for a while until I actually can do that correctly. Because yeah, throwing it right into triple coverage like that was not a good decision. But Brett Buckham makes his 2nd catch here that we've seen, and now scrambling and sliding safely right there. Good scramble by Evers, who only has 13 rushing yards today because of just the amount of sacks that he's had. He's been sacked 3 times. But there's a give up the middle. That is a good run for Cam Edwards. And, I mean, at this point, we're in the 4th quarter. UConn is just looking to basically assault this game away here. Now it's a 3rd down and 7. And a screen pass. And Edwards has a lot of space here. And he's trying to juke and spin to get away from the defenders there, but he does not. He's not able to. Now they're inside of the 50-yard line near the 40 here, and it's a give play action here as trying to go deep with it, and I mean that receiver was absolutely blanketed. Marcus Greer is there to make a interception. So UConn had a good drive going there, and another turnover for Nick Evers, his 3rd pick of the game. And, you know, 3 touchdowns for him, 1 rushing, 2 receiving, but now 3 interceptions And, you know, the FCS East doesn't do anything with that turnover. But, you know, now I think they went for it on 4th down. Now, UConn has the football. Great move right there by Buck. I mean, that's his 5th catch of the game. And he gets a 1st down. And now it's a 1st down and 10. So, I mean, a score right here would really put this game right out of reach here. 1st down and 10. Looking to go over the middle. And that's a completion. No! Oh, it's a drop. And that was a touchdown. Nick Harris was wide open. He had a touchdown in his hands. And he drops it. Wow. So now it's the 2nd down and 10. That is going to be a completion right there on a stick play right there. And that catch is made with the defender all over him. But now it's a 3rd down and 4. And let's see what happens here. And with the play clock running out, near 5.5 to go. And trying to go on the ground. And FCS snuffs that winning play out. And so they get a stop here. And UConn is going to bring out the field goal unit again for the 2nd time in this game. And this field goal will go up and it will go in. So another point, some more points here. Only their 2nd time getting on the board in the 2nd half for UConn. But, you know, up 34-15. They have this game pretty much in hand at this point here. And let's see what our defense can do with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. As that's a penalty there. Actually, no, it's a sack. 4th down and 19. And they actually get it. So, wow, okay, they convert on a 4th and 19. Another 29-yard reception and then a 12-yard touchdown. So, FCS East does score again. I mean, they're still down by 12 here. And there's a run outside. I mean, 1 1st down for UConn here will basically seal this game. As we're going to go to 2 minutes. A 2-minute warning. And FCS East does have still all 3 of their timeouts. 2nd down and 6 here. And it'll be interesting to see whether they try and run the ball if they want to just waste the timeouts here. And they're going to actually drop back to pass. Looking. And, I mean, just nowhere to go with that football for Evers. And, yeah, good job to just throw it away. 41 passes for him on the day. His completion percentage definitely is not as good as it was against Maryland. But now it's a 3rd down and 6. And, you know, you might want to question that decision because that basically is like a timeout for FCS East. And that does save them a lot of time. But there's a reception by Buckham over the middle. And a huge play on a 3rd down and long. Massive reception right there. Now it's a 3rd down and 12. There's a give up the middle to to Victor Rosa here. And, well, he does get a good amount of good carry on that one. It's not going to be enough for the 1st down. FCS East has called all their timeouts at this point now. And UConn out to kick a field goal here. 4th down and 2. And too much power on it. And he hooks it to the left. And that is a miss. Well, it's like the 3rd miss already this season for the kicker. I am getting better at field goals. I definitely am better than I was in the beginning of this game, but I'm still a little bit rusty with kicking field goals in this game. I'm not the best at that. But on a 4th down play, that's a sack by our defense, and our defense holds here. I mean, it was a long shot for FCS East to come back even with that missed field goal. And that's going to do it in this football game here. Evers is going to take a knee, and UConn wins this one here against FCS East. I mean, yeah, the score makes it look a little bit closer than it actually was, but it wasn't really that close of a game. I mean, UConn had this game in their hands pretty much the entire way. But that is a good start to their season. They are 2-0 here on the year, and the offense, you know, some turnovers in those first couple of games, but for the most part, the offense in both of those games performed fairly well. And we saw some big plays being made by the offense. So we'll go in and take a look at the stats. And I will sign off on this video here as you look at what happened in this game. A lot more total offense in this game for UConn against FCS East here. Over 500 yards of total offense. 25 first downs. 174 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns. So not as effective running the football as they were against Maryland. But still, I mean, 174 yards, you definitely take that. That is really, really good stuff. And 4.8 yards per run. And 44 carries as well. So, I mean, 44 pass attempts. So, he passed the ball quite a bit. 303 passing yards. That's more than we saw last week against Maryland there. And, I mean, FCS East, one big reason for them to lose this football game is they were 2 of 15 on third down conversions in this football game. We were 64% on third down. And, man, UConn on third down this season has been really good, actually. FCS East trying to go for it on fourth down. They were 3 or 5 in this game. We were 80% in the red zone. And we did have 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions. We still win by 2 scores. I mean, that's not going to happen very often. Is 3 turnovers, but you still win the football game. And Nick Evers, had a 59% completion percentage, 26 completions, 44 attempts, 330 yards. Had a touchdown, but also had 3 INTs. So, not as good of a game for him in this week. Brock Ladler, their quarterback for FCS, he's actually didn't have a bad game at all there in stat-wise. But, running the football, we did that pretty well in this one. I mean, Victor Rosa had a good day on the ground. 14 carries for 87 yards on the ground. Nick Evers had a rushing touchdown. His first rushing touchdown of the season for him. And then Cam Edwards had 6 carries for 38 yards. So not as effective as a day for him on the ground, but he did have another touchdown. He's got 4 already this season. And then the freshman, Darrell Robinson, I mean, 5 carries, 36 yards, 7.2 average, and a touchdown. He's got a touchdown on the ground and a touchdown through the air. So I really like him as well. I like how we're incorporating him into the offense. York with 15 carries for 57 yards. Brock Ladler, 14 for 19. And May there had a rushing touchdown for FCS East. And Brent Buckham, we said his name a little bit more towards the end of the game. He actually finished with the most receptions, and he did that last week against Maryland. And Victor Rosa had a huge day, the biggest day on the through the air for any of these receivers today. 5 catches, 113 yards, including that 63-yard touchdown out of the backfield there. So he had a really good day through the air, 22 yards per reception for him. Messiah Gatherings had 4 catches for 38 yards. Harris had 2 for 29. And you look at the other receivers there. 5 catches for 2 guys for FCS East. Skykes had 117 reception yards and a touchdown. And on the defensive side of things, I mean, 3 sacks allowed by our offensive line. And no turnovers forced by the defense in this game. But Price Yates had 2 sacks on the day. And Julian Simone had a sack as well on the defensive end. And overall, the defense played pretty well. They did give up a couple of touchdown drives. A couple of touchdown drives for FCS East in this one. But overall, played pretty well. 3 sacks by FCS East there. You see who did that. Rashawn West, one of those. And then, Daniels Waters, Greer, and Goodley had the interceptions for FCS in this game. And for us in UConn, I mean, made all 4 of extra points, but was 2 for 3 with field goals in this game was Chris Freeman. And then only 2 punch for Schultz there. But that is going to be it. That is going to end this episode here as we close this one out. UConn starting off the season a good and perfect 2-0 on the year. UConn will play Duke, and then I believe they will probably play a ranked Arizona team the week after that. I'm not sure if that's in 2 weeks or if that's in 3 weeks, but Duke will be next time. And we'll go through a couple of games in the next episode here. But the next episode to come out will probably be a FIU game. It might be an MLB The Show 22 game as well. But yeah, UConn is starting 2-0, and we're going to be facing Duke, who is also 2-0. This is going to be a bit of a tougher game for UConn. So we'll see how our offense can do against the Dukes next time. And thank you guys so much for watching this one. Appreciate the support. And I love recording these games for you. I will see you all in the next one. Hope you're having a great day. Have a great weekend, everybody. I will see you next time. Subscribe if you haven't yet. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. God bless.